Hi, I'm Sandra Parker. The deepest growth-promoting experiences we have are with other people. And yet, at the same time, we have a tremendous fear of being intimate. I want to talk about intimacy and connections. One of the most common issues that people bring in the door when they come to see me have to do with their relationships with other people. Connections and intimacy are so vulnerable, and people recognize that. It's such a place where whatever isn't finished in us sure gets shown to us, because we are vulnerable. We just are. And as much as we may be able to deny it in other areas of our lives, when we bump up against other people, and in particular, when we bump up against what we might want from and for and with other people, and recognize that the gap between what we want and what we can guarantee is actually quite big, right? That is vulnerable. And so people have different ways of managing that. Some people deny the vulnerability completely, dismiss the need for relationships. I'm just an island, I don't need anyone, right? Or they become very clingy and needy and controlling, right? Some people just avoid relationships entirely. There's all sorts of different ways. Sometimes people become compliant, pleasing, trying to figure out what you need, and I'll be that, to be able to guarantee that you'll never, 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 never leave me. Of course, all of those are distortions, twisting up what's meant to happen in connection with other people, because what do we really want? Intimacy is a longing to be seen in our innermost selves by another person, to be known there, and to feel that we're enough. Not perfect, not flawless, but we're okay. It's such a little thing, actually. See me as I am, and, mirror me back is okay. Right? And yet, sadly, that isn't a very common experience for lots of us. Partly because we don't show ourselves, partly because we have had histories of people not seeing us accurately, perhaps not welcoming us, perhaps criticizing us or rejecting us, even mocking us or humiliating us. It's hard to be human. It's a hard gig. This whole being alive thing is hard, right? If there's anything that I want to convey in the work that I do, it's tremendous, deep appreciation for really how vulnerable it is to risk being in this body existence of being human and feeling and being in touch with all of that. It's not easy. The alternative really isn't worth living. Numbness and being dead. So I'm pitching for us to stay in the game here. But intimacy is a tough thing. It's really tough to allow ourselves to be seen, warts and all, by another person, right? And to have faith that even if I'm not received the way I would want, that I can persist. I don't give up completely on the human race. I may not even give up on that particular person. I might pitch a few more times before I walk away. Although I do really believe in what W.C. Fields said, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And then if you don't succeed, quit. No use in being a damn fool about it. So, you should give a few tries and then walk away. But the fact of the matter is that we don't give up on the whole human race. We try and find someone who's a better fit, but we still come back to being who we really are. In order to be able to do that, I need to have some part of me holding me, mirroring me back, reassuring me, supporting me as I keep risking showing myself in this world that doesn't always receive us. And the most significant sort of signal of that vulnerability is always going to be that feeling of anxiety in the body, right? The stiffening, the shoulders going up, the little holding of the breath, your little feet pulling off the ground, little clenching of the butt, right? Throat closing, right? And to be able to notice all of that, to hear that as your body's saying, oh, feeling a bit scared here, and coming home and being with that, being with that, being with that, being with that, until your body really feels that you're home. dropping down into what that feels like. And then from there, you know, if nobody else wants to be with me, at least I am, and I really am. Here I am, I'm right in this body right now. Right? And that's what allows us to risk intimacy. I won't be abandoned even if you abandon me. I'm going to stay with me even if you don't. Right? And paradoxically, it lets me risk more and actually have more real connections with others.